You know, another presentation is coming up, and you know that you're gonna sit there for 2 hours or 4 hours, and you're gonna be either falling asleep or doodling on your paper things that in the end will look like a Rorschach test. On top of that, next week you are making a presentation, and you know it is expected of you to use PowerPoint, but you don't want to kill people with your PowerPoint. Watch this video till the end and gain my 5 hacks as to how not to kill people with your PowerPoint. Hello, Boss Dreamer. I'm Katy from katydbusinesscoaching.com, and today we're going to talk about making PowerPoint that doesn't kill people. But before starting on that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell. This way you'll be notified whenever the new video is popping in. Often in my work, I was asked to prepare a presentation, and it was expected that the PowerPoint will be there. The reality of relationship between me and the PowerPoint is that I use it, but only to a certain extent. If you are also the person that wants to avoid the 44 slides in 1 hour, woohoo! Then definitely stay along till the end of this video and listen to all the 5 hacks that I have for you today. Number 1, do not overflow your slides with texts, especially when it's connected with some paragraphs of tax regulations or legal regulations. People tend copy-paste the text from the procedures. No! That's what makes people sleepy. Why? Because they will not listen to what you have to say. They will start reading the slides in details and jotting down the things, or actually rewriting exactly what is in the slide. That's not what you want them to do. And if you really need to put the text, don't do it more than 5 to 7 lines. Keep the sentences simple or put simply the bullet points. And remember, the 5 to 7 lines is together with the title of the slide. Number 2, remember that the slide has to be readable from the first row as well as from far row in the back. Therefore, if there is an important, super important table, you want to show them. But when you put it in, people in the first row can easily read the numbers, but people in the third and further, they just like, what's written there? I'm sorry, I do not have a good glasses. I really want you to avoid that. And I want you to avoid saying like, oh yeah, sorry guys in the back, I know this table is not visible, but yeah, I'm sorry. That's not even an explanation. Don't apologize. Just don't put it in there. I get the fact that this table is super important and this table is a must to share with them. First of all, you can email the table. Second of all, if you want, you can print and give this to them in the way of handouts. This way, the moment you're actually starting talking about and referring to the table, they already have the information on their lap and they can read through it, take a look, and ask questions if they want. Plenty of presentations that I've been going to are not presentations in reality, but they're like a reading. As I'm in the library and the person decided to read things out loud. And preferably they also do it in this way because the slides are normally behind them. So they actually are reading the slides like this, not even noticing that there is an audience in front of them or actually behind their back. Do not read the slides. The voice when you read is not that interesting. People tend to read in a very monotonic way. And the monotonic way? Exactly. Oh, sorry. That's exactly what makes them sleep. Okay, but what if there are certain information that you are afraid that you will forget? And for example, there are certain numbers which are, again, not in the PowerPoint because you decided to take the table out. How actually to pass on the correct information? I always get a notepad, maybe slightly better looking than this one. And just I tell them, okay guys, let me grab my notepad because I have here the information that is super important and I want you to know exact details of that So let me read it to you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I just read the most important information. That's how it works. Point number 4, ask them questions and give them tasks. Ask them a question about, do you know how many people are working in our company? Or do you know actually which department created the most profits? Ask them the questions, those kind of yes or no or yes or yes questions. Ask them to raise a hand when they feel that they would like to be a better negotiator, to better negotiate the contracts. Just raise your hand. They need to take the action. They need to move. Even if they are sitting, they need to raise their hand if they agree, or at least they need to think whether they agree or not. The short questions that can wake them up, take their head above from their mobile phones or above from their doodles, Rorschach on paper. That's the moment when you connect with them. That's the moment when you can look them in the eye. And how about you? Are you using PowerPoint presentation when you do presentations? Do you like PowerPoint, or you actually avoid it and go fully live? Let me know in the comments below. Number 5, give them the story. Your audience doesn't know the details of what you're gonna say. But if you're gonna say a bit in here, a bit in here, a bit from there, and then come back to that, and then come back to this, they will not follow. Remember, when you're preparing your presentation, do it as a story. This is actually the important part of story, the important part when you can actually share a bit of your experience with a particular topic. Just give them something that they can relate to, give them the story that they can relate to. And definitely, if you have examples from the real life, put them in. They will feel it, how others struggles with certain things, and that it's also their struggle, and you actually have a solution for that. So they will definitely keep the focus to listen to you. Thank you so much for watching today. If you liked the video, don't forget the thumb up, the like button, and don't forget to leave me a comment as well. Let me know, maybe there are some other tips that you would like to share with us connected with how not to kill people with your PowerPoint.